Hello, book lovers. Welcome to another exciting episode of Book Review with Shalom, a place where we dive into the world of books, thoughts, and ideas. On this episode, we have a guest in our house. He is a digital marketer. He has helped a lot of business worldwide to scale in terms of technology and growth. He is also the Kano State President for Jami Padrel International. He's a man who is desirous to see youth grow in terms of leadership and entrepreneurship. We have our guest, Sir Shamaki Williams, in the house. Sir Shamaki, it's such an honor to have you in the house today.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
we have a lot of things we want to discuss with you. First and foremost, I have followed you within time, and I've noticed that you're a man that pays attention to mentorship, you pay attention to leadership, and you're also passionate about seeing the younger generation go in line with leadership. So, in your own view, what do you see mentorship as?
Okay, I would like to start with this, maybe let's say analogy. All of us, you know the word academy.
Yes.
It's an English word. That word academy, it's from the original Arabic word kedem,
Okay.
yeah, which means feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So football is called Kurat al-Kedem, which means the ball of the feet. So in an academy, you're literally seated under the feet of someone to learn.
Yeah.
Because there is something about positioning that allows you to get the experiences, the blessings, the exposures, and the education you need.
Yeah.
And mentorship can do to you in just 5 years what will cost you 30 years or maybe in a lifetime that you can never get out of it. So mentorship, that's when we're talking about mentorship,
Yeah.
that's what you should be thinking
Yeah.
mentorship to be about. Yeah.
Sitting in the feet to learn and
Yes.
granting you advantage of the blessings and a lot of other things.
Yes.
So I see a lot of young people who, in terms of mentorship, in terms of trying to submit, they tend to have a blueprint of what this mentorship should be about.
Mhm.
You know, when you're coming to somebody to mentor you, there's a picture of how he should mentor you when you're the mentee. What do you have to say about that kind of thinking?
Okay, so firstly, I think it's important for us to also establish that mentorship or a mentor-mentee relationship is a deliberate and an intentional effort. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to be deliberate about it. You have to be intentional about it. Yeah, and when we talk about you being intentional about that, that's when clarity comes into play. You need to know what you need from your mentor. All right. Sometimes you find people meeting mentors without no clarity, and that's okay. Okay, but it's expected as you meet your mentor, you are supposed to, gain more clarity of what exactly you want
Why you're
and
going to meet this person?
do you understand and where you need him to take you from here. I always say there are three categories or cadres in these things: where you are, where you need to be, and what you need to do to get to where you need to be. In most cases, where you are is for you to identify as a mentee. Where you need to be is for you as a mentee to identify that. And then what you need to do to get to where you need to be is for your mentor to decide, to guide you, to put you through until you become that person.
I'm actually getting a light from what you're trying to say. You just said right now, because it's telling me that if I'm even coming to be mentored, I shouldn't really be void of
Exactly.
a direction. I shouldn't just be empty. There should be something I am coming. It's just that I don't really know the way.
Thank you.
So if I have that, how do I now? What is the position, the mental positioning that I should have? You know, what do you think a mentee, the characters that a mentee should have to be able to be properly mentored?
Okay. Of course, I'll say it again and again that intentionality and deliberateness, it's something every mentee must have in mind. And then the second thing, as I told you, with intentionality and deliberateness comes clarity.
Yeah.
All right. you need to be clear. And then the third one or the fourth one I would say is discipline. All right. You must be someone who is willing to do what you need to do to get to where you need to be. And discipline for me is the ability to do something, or is the ability to tell yourself you will do something and stick to it, whether you feel like it or not. You know, sometimes you tell us, I'm going to get something done maybe by evening, and when evening comes, you say, I'm tired, so I won't do it till next tomorrow. When you're disciplined, whatever you need to do, you do it, whether you feel like it or not. So that's it.
You are a product of mentors, and you're still being mentored up to now. How has mentorship helped you? This is kind of a bit personal, but how has mentorship helped you in your journey in the world of leadership, in your journey in the world of digital marketing? How has it played? What role has it actually played?
You know, mentorship to me is one of the greatest advantage I have, you know, and at the same time, it's a point of leverage for me, because what you don't have access to, I do have access to that. So one day I woke up and I say, today I'm grateful for the privileges I continue to enjoy, for the access that are open to me, for the opportunities that are accessible to me. Why? Because I woke up one day and I realized the things I have access to are not available for the next person close to me. So for me, entirely, my journey in leadership, in marketing, entrepreneurship, and every other thing, it has to do with mentorship. Even in my spiritual life, honestly speaking, it has impacted me, and that's why I am holistically sound, I would say. Yeah.
Holistically, so I like
Yes,
that word.
that's what you need.
Yes.
Honestly, if you want to become someone who can move mountains,
Yes.
you must be holistically sound.
Yeah.
Spiritually, you have to be sound. You just can't afford to not be sound in that area. Financially, family wise, you know, relationship wise, all round. It's an all round something. So today I have mentors across the globe, in Nigeria, outside the country. I mean, when you came in, I was just speaking with one of my aunts, but they've become my mentors today. Yeah. And so that's it.
I think I had a statement you made once. You made a statement saying that you can have a person's contact, but you don't really necessarily have access to that person. So I see people say, okay, this person is my mentor. I have his contact. I have his number stored on my phone, and then there is no really relationship. How can you say? Just help us talk about that whole statement, having a contact and not access.
Okay. I think the original statement was that a contact is different from phone number.
Yes, I think that is it.
That was what I said.
Yes.
And I think I said the difference between a phone number and a contact is access. When you have a phone number, the phone number might be on your phone saved, and you keep calling that person until you die, and that person will never pick your call. But when you have contact, when you call them, they answer. When you want to see them, they give you access to meet with them. That's what many of us do not really understand. Many times when they say learn networking or meet with new people, we think about it is about, hey, please can I have your contact?
Number, yeah.
Yes, you can have my contact. But I can literally give everyone my contact, but I don't pick every call. So we must define what we want when we are meeting people. You understand?
Yes.
When you're meeting someone and you want him to be your mentor, that's why that clarity is very important from the very first place before you meet them. Because if you are clear about what you want, when you tell them, they will be willing to help you. But when you are not clear, I know you are calling me, you disturb me, or the call doesn't really have like a blueprint. So I don't want to, I'm busy, please. Right? So I think it's important for us to identify, why are we meeting this person? Why does this person needs to be my mentor? Why do I want them to be my mentor? When you identify that, trust me, when you have access to them, in fact, sometimes they will be the one to give you their contact. And when they give you their contact, trust me, you have access for them. So most time, if you have a contact or a phone number and you're reaching out to these people and they are not picking, trust me, what you have is a phone number, not a contact.
I should go through my numbers and see which one is access and which one is
That's
number.
right. That's right.
All right. I think it would be so unfair for people watching if I don't really ask you this question on leadership, because apart from the fact that you're a man who has really worked in the area of mentorship, you are also a leader. You've led people at different phases in your life. And I tend to see a lot of leaders who lead without understanding empathy for those people who they are leading. So where does empathy step in the place of leadership? How do you now know that the people you're leading, you need to also sympathize with these people? Because most times you hear leadership seminar where the people say you need to push these people, you need to push. How hard should you push these people, and how should it go?
Okay, I think at the core of leadership is emotional intelligence. You must understand that it is service. And according to Muhammad Ali, he said, service to others is the rent you pay for your room on earth. Now, I'll take it back. In leadership, there are three laws that I so much love and I always work with. The first law is the law of influence. So, John C. Maxwell said, he said, the true measure of leadership is influence. And then the second law is the law of process. And what that means is that leadership grows daily, not over time. Not just maybe just a day and then you become a leader. Leaders emerge. And then the third law is the law of navigation. A true leader is the one who is able to steer the crowd and not just to command. Now, going back to your question, I think a leader will lead well, especially if they're able to understand that I am here to serve. So you realize the people you are leading, your followers, they're from different backgrounds, feel, you know. And I said the other time, I said, environment affects the way you behave, your behaviors. It sponsors our behaviors, right? You may grow from Kano, maybe from Kabuga. Somebody may grow from Lagos in Victoria Island. Your level of exposure, experiences, education is different, right? So when you understand that, sometimes when you lead and you notice something is not going well, maybe your follower is not behaving as they should, you don't just assume they are doing that intentionally. There has to be a better part of you that want to ask, why is this person behaving the way they are? So at the core of that is love. If as a leader you don't have love for the people, that's not true leadership. And if you have love for the people, then when things go wrong, you want to ask, you want to know, why is this happening this way? So mastering emotional intelligence allows you, to be a leader, and that's where influence comes to play. Leadership, the true measure of leadership is influence. You're able to influence these people, and navigation. You're able to steer them, even when they are unwilling to do it, that you're able to steer them, that's so much every leader needs to pay attention to it. So, well, at the core of it is love. And then, of course, you must also get to know some of this law, the law of influence, the law of navigation, and the law of process. Understand that when you start leading, the people you're leading, they will not become expert in one day. It grows daily. It's a process.
Thank you so much, sir. I would have loved us to have more conversation, but we still hope to have you on the show. We believe we'll have you come and talk about leadership in a broader form. But before we go, very quickly, I know there are a lot of things you want to say to a young person out there who wants to go into the mentorship, who wants to be a mentee, who wants to submit under somebody to learn, and there are people there who want to go into leadership. I just want you to give them a word of advice before you take your leave, sir.
All right, interesting. So a quick one. Thank you for that again. I grew up leading, right? And I didn't need a title to start leading. It is better to have influence without a title than to have title without influence.
Wow.
men will make mess of you. Even the devil will make a mess of you. You know, this generation, we have high-minded people. We think that we title, we can do whatever we want to do. That's not the true measure of, leadership or mentorship. So your ability to realize that wherever you are, you can lead from where you are is the most important thing, right? And then lastly, every time I have the opportunity to speak to persons or to speak to people in my journey in life, I realize that God, people, places, and events are the foundations for our flights and elevations in life. Listen, you will need God, you will need men who are people,
Yeah.
you will need to change your environment. If you grow up in Kano State, do not hope to live and die in Kano.
Mm.
At least aim to go to Lagos, even if you are not going to cross the Atlantic Ocean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you will need events.
Yeah.
If all your life you've been going to church, consider going to seminars or conferences that inspires you to do better, to have a holistic life. And at the end of the day, you realize all of these things are important factors that will be for your making, both for your flights and elevations in life.
Thank you so much, Sir Shamaki. Thank you. I had an exciting moment tonight. So thank you very much for staying tuned. You can always follow Shamaki Williams on Facebook, follow him on Instagram. You can check him out on all his social media handles for more exciting insights on leadership, mentorship, and even entrepreneurship. And don't forget, he is a digital marketing expert. For to scale your business to the next level, you can reach out to him to do business with him. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Book Review with Shalom. Hope to see you on the next episode. Don't forget to follow us up on Facebook at Shalom Sunday. You can also chat us up on Instagram at Book Review with Shalom. And remember to like, subscribe, and also invite other people to join us on this journey. Bye for now.